Let's start with the two or three things that we do know about as far as baseball is concerned. Let's do the big one first, and that, of course, is Soto, who gets traded to the Yankees. First of all, there's no surprise. And everybody realized that with the Padres, with the regional sports network situations where they've lost some money there, with the TV contracts, and the fact that, listen, they had a huge payroll last year, and it didn't quite work out from an on-the-field standpoint, that they were going to have to make some changes. And so everybody realized with Soto's free agency pending that they were going to have to probably deal him, and he's making $33 million a year. They were never going to re-sign him. And everybody realized once they were going to have to trade him, everybody kind of felt that the Yankees were the team. A need, left-hand hitter, Yankee Stadium, coming off a horrendous season, American League. So, I mean, and on a decent depth. With what they were, with pitchers especially, and that's what San Diego was looking for. So this is no surprise. Everybody knew that this connection could very well work, and I don't blame really either side. Yankees make a great trade. I mean, let's do the positive with it first. I mean, Michael King, okay, he's made a few starts in his career. He might be, he's a 5-inning pitcher. He'll slide into that back end of that Padre rotation. Drew Thorpe, who knows about it? Who knows about him? He's a high prospect, but you know how that works. Obviously, the backup catcher will help there with the Padres needing a little catching help. So the Yankees, they can say that they gave up a ton because they want to protect the Padres. The Yankees made it steal here. I mean, they have to worry about getting Soto signed. But remember one thing about the Yankees never let a free agent go who they want to keep. When the Yankees want you, they'll figure out a way to keep you. They got too much history. They got a great ballpark, great fan base, New York City, and they got a ton of money. So the idea that the Yankees, if they decide they want to keep Soto and somehow they're going to get intimidated by the asking price, that is absurd. If I don't care what the agent wants, he wants $800 million, and if he has that kind of year, the Yankees will pony up and they'll pay him. So the Yankees got a huge advantage there compared to every other team, because the Yankees know that at the end of the day, the Dodgers have this advantage too. There's certain teams that have it, but the Yankees have it more than anybody else. And at the end of the day, they can keep the guy that they want to keep, and so Soto's price tag is not going to scare them off. And of course, left-hand hitting, Yankee Stadium, coupled with Judge. He walks a lot. He gets on base. He's sort of the antithesis of the sort of guy the Yankees have had, and he will hit home runs. He's got a great on-base percentage. He's a lousy outfielder. That's not a big deal. You pay him to hit anyway. He'll love Yankee Stadium. The kid has been great in big games. Look at the Nationals there in 19. He had a good year last year, very good last year in San Diego, and they were bad. This is a home run from the Yankees. And as far as San Diego was concerned, again, they did what they had to do. They still have a pretty decent ball club. If they can move Machado, they can move Tatis to center field since they got rid of Grissom in this trade too. And they still got Bogarts there. He'll bounce back, you would think. Machado, they get a little better pitching depth. They still have Darvish there and Musgrove at the top of the rotation. They're not re-signing Snell. So, I mean, listen, A.J. Preto did what he had to do. I mean, this is a move he had to make. Now, when you think about it, they made this trade with Washington a few years ago thinking they were going to get 3 pennant races out of Soto. 3. They actually really only got, 1. They traded him before the 3rd season. They were not in a pennant race this year, and last year he was there for the half a year, and he was in the pennant race. So 1 out of 3. So in essence, if you judge it from that standpoint, it was a mistake because they gave up a lot of players to Washington. A lot of them are good. Mackenzie Gore, the shortstop Abrams. But it was worth a shot. Didn't quite work out. He goes to the Yankees. It's a home run. That is item number 1 from both sides. Obviously, Edward Rodriguez signs a contract today with Arizona. It's a good job by the Diamondbacks. They gave him $80 million for 4 years. He was pretty effective with Detroit. He's been a pretty good major league pitcher his whole career. He has slid in well with that rotation because he can follow Merrill Kelly and he can follow Gallen in the top half there. He can be the 3rd starter. He's on a good team, a winning culture, great manager. Got to an AL, got to a World Series, won the NLCS. So that's a good signing there. Dodgers wanted him in the worst way at the deadline. They thought they had him. He declined to go because he had the no trade. Now he decides to go to Arizona. Good job. From a Diamondback standpoint, the Reds signed the infielder there from the Cubs. They can play him a little. They gave him $45 million. Now they can play him at third base. Then they have an excess of infielders. They can make a trade to get a pitcher. Reds are not going to go all in on anybody. I mean, again, on the periphery. And we thought they might make a big move for a pitcher. They're trading infielder now, and they see if they can get a little pitching help. Those are the moves from the last day or so here at the winter meetings that we discussed. Sounds like Ohtani maybe by the end of the weekend. You know, it sounds like it might come. I'll have Morosi handle this, but what, Dodgers and Blue Jays? One thing about the Blue Jays that Phillips told me this yesterday, it was a very good point. The Rogers group that owns Toronto, they are a communication company. What better way to hit that Japan market with a guy like Ohtani? That is, you're printing money. So as a result there, this is more of an ownership decision in Toronto than it might be anything else with Ross Atkins. And it's not like they're making a call. Shapiro and ownership might be making a call on Ohtani, and they might be giving him the whole world. And he wants to brand himself in Canada, boom. Third country, boom. So right now, I think he might end up with the Blue Jays. And I'm guessing, but I think he'll end up with the Blue Jays. I wouldn't give him the money because, to me, I want to win. That's all I care about. I want to put champion. I'm not interested in marketing. I'm not interested in any of that nonsense. As a fan or a GM or a manager, player, I just want to win. That's all I'm interested in doing. And I don't know if giving $600 million to one guy is going to help you do that necessarily. We'll see. That's where we are with Ohtani. Maybe by the end of the weekend, we got lots more to do with that as well. Here's Alana. She joins us here on this busy afternoon. It's great to have her aboard. And she says hello, Miss Rizzo. The floor is yours. Take it away.
Good afternoon. What I take away from the winter meetings, Chris, was absolutely nothing. It was very, very boring. Again, the whole cloak and dagger situation with Shohei Ohtani keeping everything so secretive is super annoying to me. So now you take a look at the biggest storyline. Of course, we knew Juan Soto was going to get traded. I mean, Buster Olney had said that a couple of weeks ago, that it was just a matter of time that he was going to get traded. And good for the New York Yankees of getting that left-handed power bat in their lineup. A guy also that has a tremendous amount of patience at the plate and discretion at the plate. His on base is great. They needed somebody in that lineup to be able to protect Aaron Judge. And we're going to talk to John Morosi coming up about this, how this benefits the Yankees besides the obvious way of how it benefits the guys in the Bronx. But you know what? You're not going to intentionally walk Soto and intentionally walk Aaron Judge. So you're going to have to pitch to one of these two guys. And I think it really lengthens the lineup. You can see the potential starting lineup there for the New York Yankees. And JP gets into this a little bit later in the show about how they need a very healthy DJ LeMahieu to make all of this work, because now they have an abundance of outfielders. Obviously, with Grisham going over there as well as a fourth outfielder, probably a defensive replacement late in ball games. For this whole thing to work out, they need DJ LeMahieu to be able to be a healthy and productive infielder for everything else to be able to fall in line. So good for the Yanks, good for Juan Soto. We'll see if it matters if it's just a one-year deal until he's a free agent, or if we see if they lock him into a long-term thing. So what else I take away from it is, what is the next domino to fall? Shohei Ohtani notwithstanding, we know that he's the big gun, right? He's the one that everyone's waiting to see where is he going to go. But who is next as far as this is concerned? Look at the notable remaining free agents. Blake Snell, again, a two-time Cy Young Award winner, once in each league. He has had some drop-off, though, in between those two career awards and in the rest of his big league career. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, where is he going to go? Well, we know that the Yankees are meeting with him on Monday. Steve Cohen of the Mets flew to Japan to speak with him last week. We're thinking the other serious suitors, the Dodgers, the Red Sox, the Cubs, the Giants, perhaps the Blue Jays. Again, depends on where Shohei goes. Will they switch their focus to Yamamoto if they get Shohei or not? Now, we know he's successful. He's won the equivalent of the MVP and the Cy Young Award 3 times, as far as the Japanese equivalent of that. So that's a big name, too. So you think about that as far as the free agents are concerned. Snell, Cody Bellinger, Yamamoto, what's going on with those guys? When you look at the trade market, who is still the biggest piece after the fact that now Juan Soto was traded to New York? Tyler Glasnow. The Tampa Bay Rays are not going to get Shohei Ohtani, so what is the hesitancy of trading Tyler Glasnow? Shane Bieber, of course. Emmanuel Clase, that one still puzzles me that they would let – I understand he blew, 10 saves last season, but he also saved 40 games last year. Corbin Burnes, is he going to stay with the Brewers till the trade deadline? Will they get rid of him prior to the season even starting? Dylan Cease has been the topic of conversation, but if you trade Dylan Cease, you're going to have to give a lot to get him. So Willy Adames, Jonathan India of the Reds, Max Kepler, Jorge Polanco, still some of the notable trade candidates. But we talked about this yesterday, Chris. I really wish that there was a more strict deadline when it came to winter meetings, much like they do in other leagues. Because this whole thing of getting everybody in the world, in the baseball world together at one location when you don't have to make any moves, to me seems a little bit pointless. I'm glad that Soto made some news, but again, if you don't have to sign, you don't have to say where you're going, it almost seems like it's a moot point.
I totally agree. They're never going to agree to it. Remember, those other sports have caps, and so the quicker you sign a player to fit under your cap, the better off you are. This is basketball, hockey, and the NBA, and football, and so as a result, they can have a very short, quick free agency period, which is much better for the sport
it's more
than something that lingers.
For the
I'm with you
fans
1,000%.
Yeah, more interesting for the fans.
You look forward to it?
You do. Yeah, you look forward to it. It's exciting. It gets the adrenaline pumping, and then, like you said, you can have a little bit of an off season where you can regroup.